Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking to watch. Thank you for joining. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you do consider subscribing to the channel, and join the best gang, the best space on this YouTube planet. We will be happy to have you join us. And if you do subscribe today while watching this video, comment below, let us know so that we can welcome you to the fam bam. Yeah, so my amazing returning viewers and subscribers, you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you all so much for the love, the support, and during this journey. I really do appreciate it. God bless you guys. God bless you and keep us all. um I am so happy to be doing this particular video finally. I mean, it is long overdue. As you guys can tell by the title, we are talking about the birth story. A girl has given birth, and I just wanted to tell you guys about my experience having my first baby. So if that sounds like something you guys want to hear about, grab your popcorn, grab your glass of wine, your juice, your water, tea, coffee, whatever, and let's dive right into the video. Be sure if this video is going to take the tune of a story time, but we're just gonna take it as it comes. I'm gonna give it as it comes. I don't know if I've mentioned, but as of today that I'm filming this video, my baby is almost 4 months. It's like just knocking on the door for 4 months mark. So I don't remember all the details. I really wish I could have filmed this a lot earlier, but guys, having a baby in the NICU, sitting down to film a YouTube video is the last thing on was the last thing on my mind. So yeah, so I will try. I hope God brings to my remembrance all that went down, but I'm gonna give the details as much as I can, as I remember, and as much as I want to share. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be putting clips here and there where I have. And yes, guys, again, this girl, I'm saying again, but yeah, I just feel like my own thing has to be different. Guys, I do not have videos of the birth delivery date. I do not have pictures from that day. Nothing. And you will find out why in a bit. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. So let's talk about the day off. So it was on a very lovely spring day that this all happened, but it happened at the end of the day. But I'm going to take you guys back to the beginning of the day. So this was my second trimester. I was 31 weeks and 1 day, or exactly 31 weeks at the time, but then I was 31 weeks and 1 day by the time that I had my baby. So I was 31 weeks when I said, I'm like, see, today I'm gonna stop just talking about it. I'm also gonna act, because I have been meaning, it was we all know, before the whole pregnancy journey starts, everyone is like, I'm gonna live the most healthy life. I'm gonna eat healthy, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I was that girl as well, guys. I i so believed in my strength and capability that I felt like I'll be very active during this pregnancy. I don't care. I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna take walks. I don't care about the winter. I'm gonna do all that stuff. Boy, was I lying to myself. So it just so happened that, during my first trimester, I think going to work was, the only exercise that I was getting in. And just occasionally that when I would just pop in with my husband into the gym. So we'd do that. So those were the few little exercises that I got to do during my first trimester. And then leading up to the second trimester, I found that when I took walks longer than say 5 minutes, I started feel, I don't want to say pain, let me call it discomfort. And this thing is beginning to make me feel like I have the eye threshold for pain, but I don't think I do. Anyway, so like when I take walks longer than 5 minutes, I find that I feel some sort of discomfort in my belly area, like my pelvic area especially. So I was like, okay, I think I'm still my body is still adjusting. Let me give myself time. So I did not embark on my fitness journey. We moved to this place. I'm like, take it easy, you know. I was just always indoors, all that jazz, and yeah. So basically, my fitness life was non-existent at this point. But I digress. Back to the day. So this particular morning, I was like over it. I was over my excuses. It was already spring, and I'm like, I will start to exercise before I get to third trimester. I mean, I need to start preparing my body for what labor has to offer. I mean, because if there's one thing that all the videos online tell you, it is that your body needs to be strong for the rigors of labor. So I am like, I need to start taking walks. I need to exercise more. I cannot, enough of just cooking myself up indoors and all of that, just laying down and just only maybe moving from desk to the kitchen and all of that. So enough, I said this morning. And prior to that, I've been saying this, but I end up not actually going to take that walk. But this particular morning, I woke up, Obi went to work, I woke up, did a few things, got dressed, headed out. I took a 30-minute walk. While I was taking this walk, of course, I started to feel that discomfort. So I've started my fitness journey. I'm taking a walk this morning. Hopefully, I do this every day when I don't have anywhere to go. There are no benches, like I will sit. There's one bench there. Should I go and sit down? I don't think I've walked for up to. I've just walked for 6 minutes. I want to sit down. But like, it is typical. But I'm not going to allow my body the chance to be lazy. If I don't start now, if I don't start taking the walks now, when will I be able to, right? So I went on the walk. It was my first time at this park. I had marked it one time. I was walking to the bus to catch a bus. I said, this will be a nice park to come and visit. So, but mind you, this park, the way it was is built and the parts that I usually see, you can't really tell what is inside of the park. So I'm like, good day to explore. So I thought. So I got there. I walked around the beach. I the more I got in, the more I saw, oh, there was more to see. But then I'm like, because of the way I was feeling, maybe not today, right? So I just walked a bit, sat, caught my breath, drank a bit of water, and then set back to the house. And yes, this time the discomfort was a lot worse. And I think it's because the baby is bigger at this point. So this is the longest I've walked since I have been in my second trimester. So I felt that's just the reason why. Now I don't know if this has anything to do with me having my baby, but I'm just giving you guys the backstory. So I had started feeling that discomfort. It was like I was literally feeling the baby, you know. And then I got back home. Instead of going to straight to have my shower, I'm like, okay, let's do prenatal yoga. You guys, if you follow the vlog, you see that I do that, and it has been so helpful. Like, it was so helpful for me during the times where I would have like terrible pelvic pain or lower back pain and all of that. So it was, helpful for me. So I decided to do that just to stretch my body a bit before I went and took before going to take a shower. So I did that. Went and took my bath, came back down, ate, and I was good. I remember sending Obi during my prenatal yoga, send my husband a video, very short video, and that happened to be my last ever video or picture with my bump that I have, but that was taken. So I sent him that. He was like, "Whoa, wow, way to go!" It was, encouraging me and ailing me, well done, all that jazz. And yeah, I from there I went and had my bath, came down, ate. After that I rested. Mind you, we were also in the middle of planning our baby shower, and baby shower was I think 2 weeks or a week and some days from this day. So we're planning baby shower, and on this day I was supposed to tick one of the things on the bucket list to be done. I was supposed to paint the board that I wanted to use. I think you'll see that in my baby shower video. So I was supposed to do that, but then after I had taken the walk, done my yoga, had my bath, and ate, I felt so lazy. I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't feel like it." And then one mind was like, "Come on, you need to do this." Because at this point I started, give putting pressure on myself to get things done, because I feel like, baby will soon come. Oh, you've not bought this, you've not said that, you've not done that. So I just felt like, girl, you need to get your ass up and do what you need to do. Anyway, whilst one mind was telling me, girl, you have a lot to do, so just get up and do what you gotta do. Another mind was like, oh my beg, chill. Life now won't listen to your body. You really stress yourself too much. So since you are doing well enough, it doesn't matter what you see on social media, how active and productive some other pregnant mamas are. This is you. Take that nap. And guys, the one thing is peculiar with me, like I hardly ever took naps. I hardly ever take naps. Even while I was pregnant, I was not the sleepy preggo woman. Like, except when I'm not feeling fine, like obviously not feeling too good. That is when I would decide to sleep. And except for one period during the second trimester where whenever I ate, after I eating breakfast, I just feel like sleeping. Those were the only times that I did sleep, and that just lasted for about a week. So on this day, I just told myself, go and take that nap. And I did. So I did not go ahead to do whatever. And mind you, at this point, I was already feeling some discomfort, but I thought it was because of the walk. It's nothing. But then it continued as lower back pain. Lower back in our Niger sense is like the waist. I would come to find out later on that biologically, what we call the waist is the lower back. So yeah, what I used to call the waist shower. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like I used to think down there, closer to the hip, is the waist, but no, the waist is actually higher up. Anyway, so I was feeling this lower back pain. It first started as cramps. Now I don't know. I think it's these cramps that okay. I'm so sorry. These cramping started the day before. This also was one of the reasons why I decided to do the prenatal yoga, because I felt it will relieve the cramping. At first it started like, cramps. It was like cramps, but I was thinking, why do I feel like this on my waist? I thought I needed massage. I even asked my husband to, massage my waist the previous day. So on this day after the walk, I did the yoga, I had my bath, and I slept. Thank God I did not what's it called? Thank God I did not push myself too much and then went ahead to paint whatever rubbish that was not so important, that I made so important to me. Anyway, thankfully I did not do that. So by the time we got to evening time, the cramps worsened. And mind you, The week before, I had gotten pain meds because again, I was having some terrible pain. At this point, I think they were similar to what I eventually got to experience on the 9th of the 16th of April. So, so prior to this experience, I also had like a similar experience. I think at 20 weeks, at the 20 weeks mark, I had that. So when I endured the pain for days, for like 3 to 4 days, and when I couldn't take it anymore, one Sunday I'm like, you need to go to a walk-in clinic, and I went to a walk-in clinic, and when I described what I was feeling, the lady told me that it was Braxton Hicks because I told her that I would feel like a bulge on my stomach, and I felt like it was the baby moving. So they told me those were Braxton Hicks, false label, all that jazz. So she said typically it should not be so painful, but then some people tend to need pain meds. And I was like, okay, so because I was scared to take any medication because anything that the doctor doesn't say take, I would not take. So since they were saying, okay, you can take pain meds, I'm like, okay, all right, we're gonna do that. And I think I asked what pain meds they recommend. They usually recommend Tylenol for pregnant women, pregnant and nursing mothers. So I already had Advil. I had to Obi had to get me Tylenol that day or the next day. Anyway, that aside, that was the first time I experienced something similar to what I was now experiencing after my walk. Right, so I was having the cramping. It felt like menstrual cramps. Eventually, the what I was feeling became clearer to me. It felt like menstrual cramps. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? Oh my god, this pregnancy thing is safe. Like, yes, people will feel similar things, but what it meant to one person might not be the exact thing that it means to you. That was what I understood by what I was watching again. Mind you, I had this notion because when I kept on searching the symptoms that I was having, what it was leading me to, I was in complete denial of it. Like, so I'm like, no, my own must mean something else. Anyway, so that evening I remember I made egg sandwich ahead of the next day because Obi would go to work the next day. So I made some egg sandwich, wrapped mine, just so that the next morning I don't have to wake up because I I love to wake up to cook for him, but at this point, it was now getting impossible. Some days I cannot do it at all, and he doesn't mind, but then I want to do it because I'm like, it's going to work. Let me do it. Let me just make something light, at least for him to eat. At work, he can sort himself. I just feel guilty watching him leave without actually eating food. Sometimes he just makes himself like cornflakes because of timing and all that. So I just felt if I feel good enough, I would do it. So that on this particular day, I decided to make the sandwich a day prior, so he can just help himself to eat in the morning on his way to work. Right after I did this, and mind you, I was also planning to cook meat, guys. That is just my toasting for you. I would overwhelm myself with things to do. Anyway, I didn't cook any meat. I was planning on cooking meat, to cook a goosey soup that will last us the coming week. Anyway, I didn't do that. Oh gosh, I'm beating around the bush a lot. Pardon me. So by night time, I can't remember what we had for dinner, but we had dinner. I don't think I cooked. I couldn't cook. So we had dinner, maybe something light, or I didn't even eat dinner. But we got upstairs, time to sleep. I was still feeling these cramps. And at the time, the pain had increased so much. And mind you, I am used to having menstrual cramps. So this one, it's not as if this was just like the menstrual cramps, but I used to get terrible, terrible menstrual cramp. So I was like, I'm gonna endure. I don't want to just be taking pain meds. I'm pregnant. I can't be taking pain meds anyhow. So I was enduring the pain. I endured this pain throughout the day. Mind you, it started the previous day. I endured throughout the day till night time. Obi was like, take the medicine now. She really say you can take it. Take the medicine now. I'm like, no. Eventually, I took some biscuits, and then I had the pain med. 1 hour later, I'm still feeling this pain. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so upset. I'm eating on the bed and all of that. Mind you, I'm still in pain. And then Mr. Man was already snoring off. I was so pissed off. It was like I should give him a punch on the bed. So along the line, I started feeling like I wanted to use the toilet. I'm like, oh, now I want to poo. And mind you, around this period, I was having difficulty going to the toilet. Like I wasn't going to the toilet as frequently as I typically would. So I was like, oh, now I want to go to the toilet. So everything was just irritating to me. My husband was like, are you sure? I said, yes, that's it. He was like, no, what if it's something else? At this point, my husband started to suspect that it was something else. I'm like, no, because why? I have the belief that there's no way I will have my baby before time. Mind you, I told you I kept on searching on Google my symptoms, and where Google was leading me, I did not want to go at all. I would just swipe the phone away. I'm like, hey, no, be you cause I'm now. My fault for searching on Google, that kind of thing. So I was in complete denial of what Google was directing me towards. So I went to the toilet, I peed, but there was no poo. I came back. I felt the same thing. I went back to the toilet, and then I was like trying to, force it out, and then I felt something sharp and round. Not like I felt the baby. This is not the baby, but I felt something sharp, and I felt like I felt it in a circle. And I just something came to my mind, ring of fire. I don't know where I've heard ring of fire before, but it felt like this is something that I've heard some pregnant woman who gave birth talk about on YouTube, somewhere on YouTube. So I'm like, hey, so what I remember about what I could translate that feeling to mean was, hey, what if it's my baby? And then I jumped up from the toilet seat. And I'm like, nah, nah, there's no way. God forbid, I rebuke it. I'm not going to have my baby prematurely. I started to pray, cast and bind. But then I was on the floor in the toilet. My husband was like, should you go to the hospital? Mind you, he's asked me before. I was like, no. But at this point, when I felt that, I said, yes, let's go. Let's just go and see what it is. So I sluggishly got ready. He helped me put on my socks, my shoe. We shall left. But mind you, so while we were on our way, I don't know, for some weird reason, I carried my bag, I carried my water bottle. Not that I was going with the intention to go have this baby. Oh. No. But I was just led to carry these things. I carried my water bottle. I carried the remaining biscuit that I had been eating for the whole week. I carried that as well in my bag and my health card, and we headed out. So we went my actual hospital, because we moved, was still in Toronto. There's no way I'm going to Toronto to go get checked. So we found somewhere close by, and we went there. And I remember at this point, by the time we got to the hospital, it was already past 12. I think it was like 12:06 a.m. So we got to the entrance of the maternity wing, and they were like, use the emergency. We used the emergency. I told them what was wrong with me, and immediately they got the wheelchair, assisted me to the labor and delivery wing, where I was examined, guys. So I got here, they collected my health card, and prepared a room for me to be examined in. I changed into the gown. just the routine stuff. And they I told them what I was feeling, and then they decided to put on those belt thing, what they used to, monitor the heartbeat and contraction rate. So they put that on my belly, and the way that felt somewhat comfortable for me was like this, and the monitor was this way. So whatever it was reading, I could not see. I did not care. I'm just here praying to God to make sure that this pain goes away and that I do not have my baby today. So mind you, my husband was reading it, and it was later on that he was telling me that when they were monitoring it, it was on Google as well, checking what the rate would be to mean actual contraction, and that, boy oh boy, what he was seeing on the monitor was way up, like way up than what he had even seen on Google. Like for sure this was label, but he did not say anything, just so that I would not panic. I just knew I was in so much pain. I was in severe pain. Ah, I don't even. I was in pain, and then I was praying, God, this is not it. My baby cannot come now. God, no. That was how I felt at the time, and then the OB came, and the OBGYN on duty came and examined me. I think this was not the main person, but this person came, examined me. Oh, mind you, by examining me, I mean they're trying to check out whether I was dilated, because you kind of see that there are contractions there for sure. So they wanted to now check how far was I, how how much was I dilated, and the process of being checked. I have watched a lot of birth stories and whatever, and I never really imagined how these checks really happen. And I know a lot of people have said they are not very comfortable. They are not the most comfortable thing process. But yeah, I'm like, whatever, just check. They were checking. Gosh, I'm in pain. I'm shaking at this point, and they're inserting whatever in my. She checks and she says, you are 5 centimeters dilated. Was it 5 or 4? I think it was 4 centimeters dilated. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Maybe 3 or 4. Oh gosh, those things. 3 or 4 centimeters dilated, which means this is not child's play, of course, because I know some people full term and it takes them like so long to move from like 2 centimeters, and they're telling me that I'm well over 2 centimeters. I'm 3 or 4 centimeters dilated. I'm like, oh my God, no, my baby's not coming now. And so at this point, she says, okay, we're going to just monitor you, and we're going to be giving you this and that because you're still early. She told me they were going to give me something. I've forgotten what that medication was. Maybe to kind of delay the labor for at least a week, because I was way too early. So maybe they can delay for a week. That was what she told me. Tell me why barely 5 minutes later, the main OBGYN came, and he was like, I hear this. Tell me how you feel. I told him, and then it's okay. I'm gonna check you again. And mind you, the previous lady did not just check me down there. She also did a scan, and they saw that baby has not engaged for delivery position. That baby's head was up, not down at this point. And that was actually normal because I was 31 weeks. So the second doctor came and says he's going to check again. Okay, but I'm in pain. Oh. They go ahead and check. He checks and it's like, Okay, your 9 centimeters dilated. Started giving instructions to the people around. Prepare the operating room. Do that. I'm like, I could not believe my ears. And said, for the fact that your baby's head is not where you're going to be having an operation, you're going to be having cesarean. She just told me, don't worry. The They explained to me that it's safe procedure, almost very little percentage of things going the other way, and explained everything, made us feel comfortable. And I was so disappointed. I felt so bad. I, I I was disappointed. I was surprised. I'm like, but God, why? In my mind, God, why? I've not bought anything. We've not, at this point, we just, this was the week where we started to take delivery of things like our baby's stroller and car seats, kidney concon, baby shower gifts were coming in. This was the week I started to jeer towards, feel like, yeah, I'm having a baby. And then just like that, the baby's saying, I'm coming. And mind you, I did not even know the gender because we were still yet to do our gender reveal and baby shower. I was just thinking of all the plans. I'm like, oh my God, I've not taken my maternity photos. And you say, I'm going to have my baby. Oh my God, how can I have my baby premature? Oh my God, no. All these things were going through my head. So immediately they set out to transfer me to the operating room. So they went and prepared the operating room, and they took me there while they were getting everything ready, getting me ready. They asked my husband to wait outside. I'm like, I kept on asking, where's my husband? Where's my husband? I said, okay. They're just telling me that once they prepare me and prepare the room, they're gonna get him. I'm like, okay. So preparing me for my cesarean. They called the anesthesia. I'm gonna try not to bite my tongue, but I can't remember what they are called. Those people who administer anesthesia. But yeah, they called the specialist, and she came, spoke to me about what they were going to be giving me. Then they did not give me the epidural, so an epidural no. So what they gave me, I think, is what it's called a spinal. So she explained that this is best for me, giving this. She just explained to me why they were giving it to me, which at that point I don't even think I was listening to that. I was just thinking, having my baby. I remember them while they were rolling me there to the operating room. I was just like, God, let your will be done. God, let me come out safely. God, let my baby. I was just praying. And then I started to sing worship songs and Thanksgiving, songs of Thanksgiving as they were taking me there. So when I got there, she was just telling me, I'm like, you're going to do what you have to do. In my mind, and God is going to take control. I was not paying attention. That is not the best, but like I did not really remember why they said that's what they were going to give me. But yes, I think they gave me the spinal and bend my arch my back to form a C so that they can pass the needle. And then I remember the nurse that was holding me. I was like, can I hold you? It was like, oh sure. And see, the nurses here, they are so sweet. I had to hold him, and just so that, because at this point I was shaking from all the pain that I had been feeling for days. I was so shaken, and then they want me to hold the position. I felt like I couldn't hold that position without holding onto something or someone. So I held onto him. It took a couple of minutes for them to be able to do that, to give it, pump the whatever in, and they did that. And I remember us saying something like, asking me questions like, oh, so where do you feel it? That you're gonna feel something either left or right. So tell me, where do you feel it? I guess all of this is just to distract me. And I'm like, oh, I think I feel it on the left side. Oh no, I think on the right. It did not matter, I guess. because she didn't even like pay attention to that. She had done what she wanted to do. So at this point, it started to kick in, and I was numb from the waist down. I couldn't feel my legs. They had to lift, and it's just a weird feeling, guys. See, being a woman, you go through a lot. Like, it's so weird to have your complete body and not be able to feel some part of it. Like, and this, so I couldn't feel my waist down, my leg, from my waist to my leg. And at this point, they were ready to get the ball rolling. They call my husband. My husband comes and sits beside me, and immediately I felt them doing the thing. I don't know whether it feels like whatever they use to cut someone open. Maybe the knife is hot because I feel like I was smelling like burnt meat. I was thinking in my head, am I the one? Is that my skin burning? Anyway, that's not even important. They start to open me up. I could feel, them tugging in my stomach and, trying to bring out the baby, all of that. And in no time, guys, they're like, I was hearing their voices. Okay, here's your baby. Come over. They called my husband over, to see the baby, be there when they clean up the baby and weighed him, did some checks. I just know that I heard my baby cry. And I know that for the longest time during the pregnancy, I would just look at myself in the mirror and be like, wow, this is really happening. You're having a child. It became more as real as it could get on that particular night or morning when I heard my baby cry. I heard this little cry and I smiled. Mind you, yeah, all of this happened, baby came, and then I don't know, then they brought my baby wrapped up with a cap, and they brought his little face beside me and like, oh, so it's you. So this is what you look like. Oh, that was what was going through my mind. So, oh, so this is what you look like. At this point, I was not feeling too much emotion, guys. I'm overwhelmed. I just looked at him, but I did know that whenever anything about like I hear his cry, I seen him just did something to me. I'm like, oh, there you are. And they took him away. Obviously, he needed to be kept safe, in the NICU. Off to the NICU we went, and Obi went with them, and I was prepared for recovery. I remember, yes, I was saying they gave me the pain meds that I don't remember. They injected that into me, I think around my stomach area or something like that. They did that. They told me this is supposed to alleviate any pain that is to come, at least in the first couple of hours. I think they said 12 hours or 8 hours. I don't even remember. So I don't remember. But I do remember that I think whilst they're prepping me, the nurse was prepping me, while I was still on that operating bed or whatever they called it, I started to feel like I wanted to throw up. And I felt like I couldn't control it. I was trying to control them. Like, I remember them asking me, constantly asking me, are you fine? Do you feel okay? Do you want, like, just checking up on me? And I was like, I think I want to throw up. Like, you want to throw up? Okay, that's fine. You can just let us know. I could not even, like, before I could say Jack, I threw up. Mind you, I'm laying on the bed like this with my head to the side, talking to them, and I threw up just like that. It was almost like I was like a disabled person. Like I could not control anything. It was just like I had no control over anything. So I threw up, and you were like, okay. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And they're like, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. And then they cleaned everything up. And yeah, I remember after they gave me the pain meds, and after when I was beginning to be aware of myself, I started shivering. And I think this is part of post cesarean symptoms. I was shivering. Like I was I was not exactly cold, but I was shivering so much. And so oh, it's all right, it's gonna wear out. And she tried to cover me as much as she could, but I was just vibrating on the bed for like, I can't remember for how long, but I was vibrating, shaking for a good amount of time. I don't remember how long, guys, but I was shaking. And then eventually, I think I stopped vibrating, and then they took me to the recovery room, set me up there, and my husband came and stayed with me. This was happening all at midnight, guys. So I slept, and during the night, the nurse on duty will come, check on you. They're all so sweet, like super sweet. At this point, guys, I was just, enjoying people paying so much attention to me, because also my pregnancy is just been my husband and myself, so, and then like people at home. But like, it's different when other people are also paying so much attention to you. It's quite different. So I liked that feeling even though I was in pain. I think this video is long enough, guys. This is how I had my baby. I would just end this video here, but we would not end without introducing you to our newest addition. I'm going to introduce you to my new baby boy. Yes, must have heard me say him, is, whatever. Yeah, I have a baby boy, just as I wanted, just as I prayed to God for. And yes, just as I've always dreamed of since I was a child, because I used to wish I had an older brother. Yeah. Anyway, I have a baby boy. You're going to be seeing him pretty soon, and I'll end this video here. I think I'm going to do a separate video just narrating my NICU, my experience as a NICU mom, and talking about recovery. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But on another day, I'm so tired now, and I need to go check on my baby. Thank God for grandma, because how would I have been able to sit down here for so long? Anyway, I'm gonna go get him now. I pray it's a week at least. I'll go get him and introduce you guys to him. Let me know if you want to see that video. I'm going to film that video, but let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that video, and I'm gonna work on it, and yeah, send that over again. Yeah, so let me get my baby. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched to this point, if you watched my story, guys, this was just as spiritually led, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Let me get the baby. Thank you again so much for watching. Please leave a comment or two, like the video, share it. I just climbed this flight of stairs. We will meet the people. Meet your online aunties and uncles. Hey, Bobo. Guys, meet my baby. Meet my cute little Baba. My Baba just wants to eat, sleep, wake up, chat a little bit. Wait, before he chats with anyone, you have to feed him milk. So yeah, this is my cute little Bobo. Say ayo. It currently has, what they call the baby acne. That is what we're currently dealing with. My poor baby. So yeah, you guys have met my baby. Thanks so much for watching. You'll see more in the vlogs. I don't know which one goes up first, the vlog where I tell you that I've had my baby, or this one, whichever one it is. I hope you enjoy. Mm-hmm. Bye bye.